This music's pretty somber when you think about it. Especially now. We're back with more Final Fantasy XIV. When we last left off, we had faced against the Scions Nabriales to save Minfilia, as well as the staff Tupsamati. And we did defeat and destroy Nabriales, but alas, it was at a really great cost. For those of you who haven't been watching, or didn't watch my live streams today, you'll probably notice that we're missing a member of the Scions. Well, a person who was with us throughout this entire patch. Unfortunately, and no, it's not Oriange. Oriange is back at the Waking Sands. But in order to defeat the in order to defeat Nabriales entirely, unfortunately, we lost Moenbryda. She she sacrificed herself to help us defeat him. You can, for those of you who haven't watched my live stream in a while, feel free to go on YouTube once I upload all the videos and see what happened. But anyway, we are going to hold a memorial service for her right now, and this will pretty much end this patch. So let us do so with the final quest of this patch, in memory of Moenbryda.
As Moenbryda was a native of Sharlayan, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the Mark of the Scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? 'Tis a monument found in Rathifrost, and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There we shall pray for our dear friend's soul, and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal.
Oh, good, it's in Mordona. Alright. Really sobering to see no one here. But everyone's around and whatnot. Ugh. Okay, we gotta go through the tangle in order to get there. Here it is. Frost.
Forgive me, Moenbryda. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
I feel like that dragon's gonna get on my nerves. Let's return to the Wakings. Let's return to the Rising Stones. Let's see what some of the Scions have to say before we end this. We'll start in the back with Ida. Well, actually, way in the back with Papa Limo first. I loathe to see Ida in such pain, but I have not the words to comfort her. Can you imagine it? I, Papa Limo, the one who has an eloquent comment for every situation, am at a loss for words.
I don't feel much like talking at the moment. If you could just give me some time.
Tancred? We must find some means of protecting ourselves from Ascian intrusions. There must be a way. Y'shtola?
The Rising Stones feel somehow colder. Moenbryda always carried with her such an abundance of warmth and cheer.
If only I could speak to Oriange, but...
Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me. As antecedent, 'tis my job to be a pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Bayan? Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Moenbryda, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Bayan. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come.
A victory won, a comrade lost. To honor the fallen, the living forge on towards the light of a new day. And with that, this half of Before the Fall is over. What time is it? 11:07. So yeah, we're gonna do a couple we're gonna do a few things between the end of this and the beginning of the second part of Before the Fall. First and foremost, we're gonna do a couple of side dungeons. The last two they're actually the last two side dungeons of A Realm Reborn. We'll also have some happy parts to this. I don't want to say this is all going to be dark and foreboding, but this is pretty much this is how Before the Fall is. It's dark and foreboding and leads up to the new the next expansion. But we are going to do a couple of side dungeons. We'll get to those in the next video, and we're also going to take a trip to have a little bit of fun, because I believe that's what Moenbryda would have wanted. So we'll do those side dungeons in a little bit, and then we'll get on to some happy stuff, and then we'll get back into Before the Fall Part 2. Until I return, Kruznik X out!